Hey everybody, it's your best friend, Pete, part-time exile. If for some reason I'm gonna ask, if you enjoy the content, please, if you want to help the channel grow, subscribe, comment, leave a like, dislike. Yeah, thank you. But in this episode, we are going to be playing Arc on a Trap. Playing an Elementalist. I was going to be playing Stormcall, as you can tell by the name, part-time storming. However, Stormcall is trash. Since I changed to Arc, it was just a salvage because I honestly, Stormcall requires you to get reduced skill effect duration. Because yeah, when you use it, there's a little marker on the ground that the lightning strike hits, similar to Edziri's. Problem is, it takes forever to land this lightning strike on the ground, so you need to have reduced skill effect duration for that to happen. I died many times in the campaign. Oh, can't spell. So all these deaths were in the campaign because I was trying to use Stormcall. Yeah, it didn't go well. I wanted it to work, but it's not good. Ever since they removed the helmet enchants, yeah, I don't think it's a playable skill anymore. Unless, yeah, there's some way. Maybe self-cast, it would be better, but on a trap, no, can't do it anymore. But since I entered maps, or since I switched to Arc pretty much, I have not died a single time. It's not that this build is very tanky or anything. It's just this Svalinn is broken. It's too good. It's too good. According to PoE, I have currently I'm at 94. Currently it's about 84% spell block and 50 to 55% attack block. Very good shield. Very, very good. The build is based on Sunblast and Architect's Hand. So Sunblast is skills that gets without 2 additional traps, very important. Also, traps cannot be triggered by enemies, and the traps the reduced trap duration. So it's about 2 seconds. 1,000, 2, 1,000, boom. It's about 2 seconds. However, your skitter bots can trigger them still. And I am traveling down to the Master Sapper node, not for the frenzy charge, but because 2 additional traps and the mastery for 5 additional traps. And I went with this, since I'm nearby, I may as well honestly just use Unnatural Instinct. It grants 9 cast speed, 34 spell damage, 9% movement speed, very good. A little bit of dex, useful. 8% life. So for 3 points, that's what it provides me. Super good. Highly recommend using Unnatural Instinct if you're nearby these nodes. So I am an Elementalist. You throw it, 2 seconds, boom, goes off. Architect's Hand makes it so I have reduced trap speed. However, increase and reductions to cast speed also apply to trap throwing speed. So this is how fast I can throw a trap. 22 traps. So I can actually throw 22 traps with them before they all explode. However, without Architect's Hand, so I'm gonna have to remember to my Raised Spectre. I'm gonna unequip this. Last time I unequipped, I forgot to grab my specters and they disappeared. So I lost. Well, the good thing is I'm only using imperfect. These are Dark Marionette specters. It's for the Guardian Blessing support. So I click my Zealotry. It's attached to Zealotry, and then they provide me the buff, and then they die, and then they get respawned. So if I unequip it, I'll remember. So this is how fast I throw. It's pretty good. Good speed. Without it, this is how fast I throw. I can't even get to 22, my max. It's significantly slower. So I'm going to put this back on. Make sure they're on the ground. Last time I did this, they disappeared. So make sure I click them and boom. Good. If you want to, you could use perfect dark marionettes. They do provide scorch when they explode. However, that costs between 50 and 75 chaos. I don't want to spend that much because I am almost done with the character. I did get to level 94. I did make a separate video. However, I think this is better. Yeah. I wanted to get to, I think it was level 85 or something, and I made the video, but I was like, let's get to 94. I did get the Haunted by Tormented Spirits, as it provides attack damage, or attack speed, cast speed, damage by 35%. So that, and I never used this before. I was curious to see how it feels, and also 35 move speed. I don't have it on me right now. Let's see if I can get it to work somewhere. Sure. Let's go back. Blood Aqueducts. I think it takes 5 to 10 seconds for it to appear in you. So this is what I look like. Unless I have to be in combat. Oh, there you go. And it just appears. So I move faster. I throw faster. I deal a little bit more damage. And I attack fast, or have better attack speed. So this is the attack speed. And then this is without. So again, it is a bit slower. So the Tormented Spirit is very good, this buff. It's also using a Utulas Hunger. It's +1 max res because I was planning on going for uptime of Righteous Fire, just having it on all the time. However, trying to get 90 max res and more life regen is very difficult when I'm trying to go for this type of setup. It's possible, but just it's hard right now. Again, everything has to have no life on it. All these items has to have no life equipped, and none of them do. My chaos res is at 71%, so it's almost good. I have 78 max res. I am going for Solipsism. I've never used it before. It just has reduced duration of elemental ailments per intelligence. So, and I went with Anointed Flesh and Arcane Sanctuary, which also provides reduced elemental duration. So that does not help with Shocked Ground or Burning Ground, just FYI. However, if you get chilled or frozen, shocked by an enemy, also I guess, yeah, it just says right there, ignite, scorched, chilled, frozen, brittle, shocked, sapped. Those would help against it. Not shocked ground, not burning ground. It does not work against that. I forgot about that, and I entered a map that had 50% shock ground, and I was like, why am I shocked so much? Why am I taking shock damage? And then I was, oh yeah, that's right, it doesn't work. So I switched to reduce effective shock on you. So that works. I think I'll just enter the map. So I am doing Abyss so I could finish the Unbelievable Undertakings. I swear I did like 50 Abyss and I only got 2 Abyssal Depths. Feels like that's a little unlucky in my opinion, but I don't know. I think it's unlucky. Again, we're playing Arc Traps. I am playing Arc of Surging. The regular Arc is better for single target, and the Arc of Surging is better for clear speed. The more this has to chain, the less damage it does. So if there's 1 or 2 targets only, it will do more damage than Arc of Surging. This is a consistent roughly 3 or 4 million DPS per 3 traps. as you remember, Sunblast throws 2 additional traps, so I always throw 3 traps. Sometimes I can throw a little bit more because of this, the 5% chance to throw additional traps. But now we have this on us. We're not going to go to Wildwood. It's trash. Just makes things. And I have to say, this character is so tanky. Like, it's crazy. I'm not going to get fizz that will actually kill me. I've tried it. I didn't die, but I almost died, and yeah. Especially when you're doing Abyss, you don't want to have less fizz reduction. That'll just wreck you. I also use Enduring Cry, and I switched from Vol Righteous Fire to Bear Trap. It has a similar thing. 20% increased damage. However, I don't have to. With Vol Righteous Fire, you take a bunch of your life as damage, and that's just not what I want to do. Soul Eater, super annoying. So that's when I pop the Zealotry buff. Or did, oh, there it is. I popped the Zealotry buff and go to town on them. I should have changed my master or my Pantheon, but whatever. See, I can just sit in here. Honestly, I could probably sit in here and not die. And I forgot to mention the other important aspect of this build, which makes Svalinn insanely crazy. Because ordinarily, I would never use this skill because I would have to press another button. But after I kill this Abyss, I'll just tell you about what's going on here. Why I feel so much tankier than normal. See, another Abyssal Trove. Fantastic. Svalinn has the Trigger Socket Elemental skill on block. So I'm using Purifying Flame and Conductivity. So if I block something, it'll boom. But they're hexproof, but monsters are hexproof, but they will get. But I'm also getting Consecrated Ground, as you can tell right here. From here, from the Purifying Flame. That's what it does. And you do want to, I didn't know, but you do want to level it to level 20 or 21 as the meters to radius of Consecrated Ground grows bigger. And this was just in my stash, so it has an extra, it's just bigger consecrated ground. So very good. It helps the Golems stay alive longer, because a lot of times they're very weak against, well, they're immune to elemental damage because of the Elementalist node. However, very susceptible to getting fizzed out. Very susceptible. So I'm surprised they lost my first bismuth in literally like 50 maps. I'm not even joking. So this is probably gonna make the, all right, I'm just gonna, but yeah, literally first bismuth in like 50 maps. It's crazy. From level 85 to now. Insane. I kept getting a bunch of other useless ones. I see useless, but you know, like Crimson, Petrified, yeah. And Verse. Yeah, I'm getting Versium, but man, that's also trash. Because the monsters are so hard to kill. So yeah. The build itself only is using Archosurgeon. Again, this is gonna take a while. So after I finish this, I'm gonna go over the POV, and you can see this works real well. Like all they're all hexproof. I'm losing 40%, well, maybe 30 to 40% damage from my conductivity, but everything is still dying pretty well. What is that? Nice. So I'm pleasantly surprised. I am super tanky. It doesn't feel like it, but honestly, this is very good. This made me get an idea for a build that I want to. This was going to be the last build, but I have an idea for another build. I don't know if it'll be good, but it'll actually be a no button build with Herald of Agony and Svalinn. So pretty much the general idea would be to put like ball lightning or something, and then when you get attacked, you have max block of both spell and attack. So when you get attacked, you trigger Herald of Agony through ball lightning. Okay, so let me just... So yeah, there's going to be a lot more, but this is the general idea of just throw the trap, arc comes out, and it's good. So I'll just leave my boom dead. Again, arc surging for clear, regular arc for single target. Each map takes like 10-ish minutes. Each of this takes a while because I am using increased monsters, and I think I'm getting about 4 abyss per map. I was using Dunes, but I swear, I got gypped twice on Dunes map. Even though it's big, I got gypped twice. I only had 2 abyss. I couldn't believe it. However, on Jungle Valley, I've been having consistently 4 abyss per map. Yeah. I am, so this, I'm using Forbidden Flame, Forbidden Flesh Jewel, only from the Elementalist, from when I got from the Discharge character. This is a brand new character. I went from level 0 or level 1 until now. I chose not to get rid of the Ignite character because it's my pet, that's my baby. Went with the Bastion of Elements, very good. Again, provides tons of defense. Also immune to reflect. Granted, the trap itself is the one that's dealing the damage, not me. However, I do use Wave of Conviction, so that would probably kill me. Yeah. Also, I didn't realize that this is very expensive, this league. I guess because mana builds are very OP right now. But I am using a Light of Meaning lightning damage jewel. This was 10 divines. I couldn't believe it. But I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna go, if this is gonna be my last build, I may as well just buy it. I couldn't find a similar wand for under. This was 10 divines, and every wand above it until I think like 80 divines was worse than this. So I just bought it. Yeah, very good wand. If it only had a little bit more attack speed, like if it was tier 1 at cast speed, ooh, so good. But yeah, everything else is literally just resistances. This has strength, but resistances and whatnot. Resistances, some rarity. I think I bought this for like 100 chaos or something. The trade is so dead right now. It's crazy. Again, using Voice of the Storm, but this isn't a mono build. You don't even need it. I just wanted to use it. You're better off using a Dragonfangs Flight for Arc. It does 2% less DPS, but you also get the mana reservation, and you get reduced stat requirements. So I personally, these boots were from the Shield Crush character. I didn't realize it's a Leviathan Greaves, and that requires 177 strength. So, and I'm not gonna bother looking at trade for a different pair. So I actually need strength. I really wanted to get rid of this node and go for crackling speed, but I need the strength node. Shoot me, man. But yeah, and then I am using a Watcher's Eye. It's not a good Watcher's Eye. I originally wanted something with obviously something with Wrath, but with Determination, block attack chance. However, anything Wrath and block attack with Determination, it's like 10 plus divines. I found this as a replacement. Gain a flash charge, deal critical strike with precision. That's the reason why I'm using level 1 precision, and the reason why I'm using level 1 vitality is because of this jewel. I could probably gain 7 I could probably put Vitality to level 10 without feeling too much more constraint on the mana. Arc itself has a base crit of 6%, so I am critting a lot. And it is using Elemental Overload for that 40% more LE damage ish. Again, as I said, and the last two nodes I have was this. I don't know what's better. So far, this is my third map with it on. I don't know if it's good or not. It might be better just to get the block spell damage node. And I'm just going for more damage. Increase aura effect is probably better, but let's be real. More damage, more good. Yeah, I guess we'll take a look at the PoB right now. So, let's see, did it switch? It switched. Fantastic. So I am level 94. So it says it's about 4 million damage, but remember, this is with 3 traps. I can throw 22 traps total. So 22 traps is 30 million DPS. Again, this is with Arc Surging. If you're using regular Arc, let's go back here. If you're using regular Arc, you're doing 5 million compared to 4 million. The problem is regular Arc is if you have the more chains that happens, the less damage you do. So in my experience, when I switched to doing Abyss full time, I was getting literally the max chains all the time. So I was doing half the amount of DPS with regular Arc. So this does 5 million, it's doing 2 million. And believe me, it feels bad. So I was like, you know what? I know that the Arc of Surging exists. Let me try it out. And honestly, from 2 million to 4 million, big clearing difference. Big. Highly recommend. Arc of Surging is really good. Really good clear skill. Again, however, if you are going to be bossing, let's just say 2 minimum. Or 1 or 2, doesn't really matter. Regular Arc is better. Ideally, you want to just have it chained 0 times, but once is still good, twice is still good. Let's see, what is it? If I can switch to the thing I want to switch to, holy moly. But remember, Mastermind discard, you need to always apply exposure. This node provides about 30 to 35 DPS. Very important. And I am self-casting Wave of Conviction, so I can also apply Heart of Destruction at will. Again, it's every 8 seconds, so you cast it once, it lasts for 4 seconds, you wait 4 seconds, and then it's up again. Very good. I didn't go for Lightning Walker because it does nothing. It just gives attack damage or lightning damage. That's not good enough. The cast speed doesn't do anything. It's kind of cast speed with lightning skills. I'm not casting a lightning skill. I'm using a trap. So this doesn't do anything. Again, I am using Unnatural Instinct. Very, very good. In my opinion, I tried to get rid of this area and go other places, and this is just too efficient, in my opinion. As you can see, the block chance, spell block chance, 56 and 83. If I got rid of this and used this, I would be at 88 and 56. So, I don't know which is better. I just went with the life gain on block. I don't know. And once again, using Golems. To mention also, this is with Bear Trap, so if I disable Bear Trap, if like say I'm just clearing, which I don't use Bear Trap when I'm clearing unless it's a really, really hard Soul Eater, which I've encountered many times so far doing Abyss. If it's a Soul Eater, I'll use it, but otherwise I won't. So Arc of Surging is 3.2 million DPS per 3 traps. Because remember, you throw 3 traps automatically with Sunblast. And remember, it's very important when you use Sunblast or get a Sunblast, to make it the reduced trap duration as much as possible. So this, they nerfed this, I think last year or something. This used to be 80% reduced trap duration. Now it's 75. And they got rid of the jewels cheap construction. Do they have it here? Cheap. Oh, it's not even here. Not even in the. That's crazy. Huh. Well, very strange. But yeah, they got rid of the jewel cheap construction, which was 10% reduced trap duration. So prior, you could have 100% reduced trap durations, and it was instant. It was like casting a spell, which was OP. Now you have to wait 1.5 seconds ish, 2 seconds, and then it'll go off. So very good belt. You can pre-spam, just like mines, you can pre-spam it for 2 seconds, and the boss comes or whatever, and you deal 28 million damage, whatever amount it is. If I look here, 22, boom, 24 million with Arc of Surging. With regular Arc, you're doing 30 million. And if you go a little bit, just say 2 chains, you're doing 27 million. Still better to use regular Arc for bossing and Arc of Surging for clear. Just remember that. And I actually enjoy this playstyle a lot. I think it would be a very good starter build. Again, you have to use Skitterbots. You don't have to do anything you don't want, but Skitterbots is insane. Again, 30% DPS for, was it a 35% reservation? It's crazy. Using Wrath, it's, yeah, I haven't used Wrath in ages. I'm more of a fire user instead of a lightning or cold user. Granted, I use cold spells more than, yeah, I'm not really a lightning spell kind of guy. I'm more of a fire or chaos guy. I think that's all I wanted to talk about the build. I guess in the next video it'll be more tier 17, I guess. But one moment. All I did was I went back into the portal so it doesn't disappear, so I can clear the rest of the map. Because Abyss. But yeah, that's it for the build, honestly. Just throwing traps all around. Feels good. Having the Haunted by Tormented Spirits is a nice, I say quality of life, but it is a really good modifier. It is OP. And Svalinn is also OP. I hope it makes it, I hope this should make it to the main game. However, maybe personally they need to probably nerf it if it goes into the main game. Either the trigger second element spell block, just delete it or make it a higher cooldown, or just get rid of the block spell damage node on it, and it's still a really good shield. Yeah. But also because I'm using Utulas Hunger, I had to look for a Svalinn that didn't have the implicit life on it. So the cheapest or the most useful was this. I actually wanted a chance to block, but that was like 20 divines, and no thank you. But yeah, this is art. Super fun. Highly recommend. And I will see you very soon. And yeah, take care. Have fun. Remember, you're the best.